All right, welcome to Corvid Coder. This is the stream where you watch me, Danny Fritz, code things. Today, I wanted to go away from Nuthatch again. I'll probably go back to Nuthatch again tomorrow for more graphic stuff. I want to get back into some more of our UI stuff. So the repo that has all that stuff is in our UI design challenge. I'm going to go into there. Oops. Open random. Doesn't matter. And we want to do number 3. I'm going to open the art because I always like to start out with that. And then create a new folder. Maker 03 landing. Go ahead and run light server here. And we don't need to look at this anymore after that. Okay, so all I want to do now is let's open Atom here. So let's go take a look at what landing page means. So my interpretation of it is that this is the page that you first see when you go to a product page that you want to potentially buy something or learn about something. So some of the examples that they have, it's front and center, let's close all this. Okay. So here's an example of one. Hello, so this is a landing page for a portfolio site, it looks like. That's not a bad idea. So it just says like, hello, it's a greeting type of thing. Here's a call to action. Are you ready to save money on something? Some navigation links and like maybe a giant image to catch someone's attention. They have some small text down here. Free quotes, killer prices, pieces of mind. I feel like that should be a little bit more feature text. But to me, it looks like small print, which is usually stuff you don't want the user to read. I'm assuming this is like a collection of pages, because if this is one page, this is kind of messy. Okay, so they have a tablet landing page. It doesn't really look like a... Okay, so this is the landing page, this right here. For frame.io, they have a navigation. They have some images of what it is, some sections with some information. I'll learn more. I guess this is the scroll down part. Okay, so I like this one. It's got your standard navigation still, your branding. I need to mute my phone. So they have a giant media section here, though, with some text over it, some little amounts of text. Looks like this is a video you could possibly play. I don't really understand this cross out here. Maybe like a print layout because of the columns. We can do text columns that look pretty nice. Huge spacings between your paragraphs. Got one more. Let's just use this one. Okay, this looks exactly the same like the one I just looked at, so I'm going to go to the next one. Oh, this one's animated. Wow. So this one does a lot of, when you scroll to a certain point, it fades something in. That could be fun to do. So it's like as you're scrolling, your attention's constantly being caught. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's do something like that. Nothing this fancy because we're only going to do it for like 40 minutes to an hour. But let's do it where when it scrolls into view, you see kind of a slide in. Don't need this anymore. Okay, so let's go talk about what we're gonna do. Landing page is very open-ended. That's fine with me. This is challenge number 3. Go get a black. Let's create a marker here. Can't see what I'm doing underneath my face, but that's okay. Challenge 3. Okay. So, challenge, not the tool I'm used to. Challenge 3. Landing page. So let's make ours, let's do nuthatch colors. We're just going to straight up and just say nuthatch colors. We'll go and grab those first. So there's one decision made already. The thing we're going to, let's do it for Corvid Coder. I don't have a web page for Corvid Coder, so why don't we just like prototype one up? And then, all right, so let's just wireframe it. So there's going to be a navigate. Let's do some branding here. There's going to be maybe 1 or 2 navs, maybe 3, I don't know. And then there's going to be like maybe a giant media image. And then it's going to scroll down. And then maybe that's where we get like there's an image here and like some text and like an image here and like some text. And then there's like a body, or sorry, footer with like a copyright and like some text and a year, something like that. So that seems good enough for me. So we have a header. We have a Bootstrap calls these jumbotrons a hero. I think that's what we call them now. We have some features. And we have a footer. So this is kind of the layout we're going to do. Header, hero, features, footer. Okay, so I'm actually going to grab some nuthatch colors. Let's see if we can make a color scheme out of a nuthatch. I'm going to do a red-breasted nuthatch. This looks good. Okay. Oh, this looks better. Okay, I'm going to grab colors out of this guy. So let's go and check desktop for now. I'm going to use GIMP. Well, actually, I'm going to see if I can do it with this first. No, okay. Didn't mean to close that, but at least I saved it. Color grabber. Then I'm actually going to create a styles.css file, and we're just going to store them in here to begin with. So I'm living in the future, so I'm going to use CSS variables. So this is kind of cool. There's a color grabber built into Chrome, but I don't think I can grab elements from outside of Chrome. I probably just want to open this up in like GIMP or something. GIMP takes ages to open though, I feel like. Just see what happens. And then as we're doing that, we're going to load them into this this document. Okay, so that wasn't too long. Desktop, nuthatch, smaller. Okay. So the first color I want to grab is, let's grab this darker color. Okay, so that would be dark. I can name these later. It's going to be a, can I do HSL? I see HSV. This is not the same as HSL though. I don't think. No, it's definitely not. I'm gonna Google that real quick and see if I can get something. GIMP HSL. Oh, it's hue and saturate. Well, this is what I want, but what is this? I want it in my color picker. Okay, so whatever. I'll go with RGB then. Don't particularly like RGB, but oh well. Now let's pick a bright color. So light. And that would be F0, F5, F9. Now let's go pick some of those accent colors. So I want like a blue. Accent 5E7086. And we're gonna have one more accent color, this orange. Yeah. This is gonna be our accent 2. I'm gonna call it warning. B67B3F. So we have 3 colors: dark, light, accent, and warning. Thank you, Mr. Nuthatch. I think there is a gray here, but we'll pick it if we need it. Otherwise, we're good. Put that there, put that there, put that there. Let's get our dev tools out. I'm gonna do a bigger dev tools, smaller code actually. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is index the HTML. And I want it to look probably pretty similar to this one. Let's copy it. Paste it. I'm pretty slow. Okay, so what do we got? We got Corvid Coder. Let's get rid of these styles. I want to get rid of these styles. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we're going to say, we're going to create a logo or a header. Let's go to this. So we need a CC header. We need a CC hero. We need a CC features. We need a CC footer. These are the 4 components I think we need to make for this website. So let's start with header. Actually, let's just call it CC elements. We're going to put them all in one file because we can do that. So CC modules or elements. Let's check out what one looks like first. Let's copy this, paste it. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so we have something to start with now. Oops. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay, so we loaded a page. Items.js is not found. That's correct, because I don't have anything in here. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of all of this. Keep host. Get rid of all this. Probably get rid of article eventually, but get rid of all of this. Okay, so now well, actually, I'm gonna create a couple more. CC header.js, CC footer.js, CC hero.js or JC. And then CC features.js. Okay. So I have all these files. I don't know if these guys can access the CSS from out here. We'll find out. I might have to do it in a host. There might be one layer where I can implement between them. So this one, I actually don't want any of this stuff. I'm actually just going to take it and paste it in each one of these. This is a really good starting point. And this one, I'm just going to import all of them as side effects. I get a template with it. I think it's a template with all of them. Copy that, paste that, paste that. paste that, and paste that. So this one I'm just going to import CC hero, import CC header, import CC features, and import CC footer. Okay, so there's side effects. Now I want to do, this is actually going to be header. It's going to be element. I'm actually going to erase these. I want to make a generic one. As I'm starting to see patterns, I can start optimizing this. So it's going to be pull on a template, const element name. We'll put that there. This instead is going to be element name. These are going to be replaced with those. Okay, this is actually a really good starting point. So let's paste all these in. And let's rename them. So I don't need this anymore. Header. Oh, am I renaming? Oh, yeah. It's not going to be header, it's going to be footer. It's not going to be hero, it's going for header, it's going to be hero and features. Okay. Now I should have all those in here. Yes, they are all in here. Cool. So now let's just give them sample stuff. So header, my header, footer, this my footer, hero, my hero, and features. There's my features. Okay. So I'm just going to not use too much magic in this. I'm just going to do straight up HTML and stuff. So my header I actually want to be a header. Surprise. And inside of there, I'm going to want some sort of logo type thing. So we'll call that a section, I guess. And inside of here, I'm going to have maybe like an unordered list with some LIs in it. Just make 2 for now. It's going to be, I don't even know, home, features, just those 2, I guess. I'll probably remove this. Site probably doesn't warrant a nav bar. This is going to end up being an image of Corvid Coder. Now I just put that in there. I get the accessibility one. All right, let's go over to hero now. So hero section is just fine. We're gonna have probably an image in there. And we'll leave it at that for now. And then we'll capitalize this. Okay. And features is probably going to be an unordered list. Let's have list item in it. And the list item is probably going to be a article with an image in it. And a P tag in it. And we don't want 2 of these. And the footer. Footer is going to be a footer. Surprise, surprise. And inside the footer, I'm going to have a copy 2017 Danny Fritz and Corvid Coder. Okay. Let me see what happens when I change the font here real quick. So if I change the font family to sans, nothing changes. Oh, it needs to be in strings. Nothing changes still. I'll make sure that I'm actually doing it right. Okay, so I'm not doing it right. Okay. Oh, it's supposed to be sans serif, isn't it? No. What do I do serif? Okay, who's giving you your styles? Clearly it's not me. Nobody is. And I do see this, but it's not doing anything. Oh. Oh, sans dash serif. Okay, so actually what I want to do is monospace. I'm actually going to Google Fonts. I'm going to grab one. So I don't want any of the elements to control their font. I want to use my font. So I should be able to say a monospace one. Let's see. Source Code Pro is always really good. Right now, what are we sorting by? Trending, like that. I want it to be kind of thin. Okay, Source Code Pro. I want to use you. Let's see, I want to put it in as an import. And then I want to do this. And now the site has Source Code Pro. Cool. I want to do one more thing. So there's a way to MDN font load. I'm not really sure what it is. It's a new one. Somehow you can control what your font looks like before the font is loaded in. Because as you see, you can see it flash in there. If I disable the cache and make it slow, you should see it load in. I didn't see anything. So it's like that's normal. But I do want to use the new font load thing. I'm gonna search for it. Maybe it's like font show or something. It's brand new. Font face set. Okay. CSS font face. Blocking. Is at font face. Oh, this is really old. I need something relatively new, otherwise I'm just going to forget about it. Font display. That's what it is. Is it on MDN yet? Text rendering. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Font size. Okay, so it's not an MDN yet. So where can I use font display? Okay, whatever. This is becoming too much work already. Okay, so we got this. I wanted the features to load in. That was the main thing I wanted to do. So I'm just going to set dimensions on the header and stuff. CC header height equals, let's Let's make it based on VWs. We also want font size, say 12 VW. It's pretty large. Let's do 8, 6. Okay. Okay, I like that. So let's say the height is going to be 20 VW. Doesn't care because each one of these are sections, so I do need to use some style inside the header. So I'm going to say sections are actually display inline block. Okay, so now they're side by side. How tall is this? Oh, I mean, how tall is this? 20 VW, of course. Who's actually giving it all this height? It's UL, so we're also going to take ULs. We're going to say margin 0, padding 0. Actually, before I do anything like that, I'm not going to use a Myers reset. So can I use .com? I'm not going to use cdn.js. We go ahead and pull this in. That's going to be a link. Rel equals style sheet. href equals that. Okay, so now everything's reset already for me. Actually, is there a better reset? No, I mean, I feel like the bullets were supposed to disappear. No, they are being reset. Okay, so that's good enough. Now, let's see, the UL still has all this stuff. Even with the reset, margin 0, padding 0. Aren't you being applied? Oh, it needs to go last, I guess. So this needs to be applied after all the other stuff. That do it? Still didn't do it, did it? Do I need to apply it inside of these? If I go into the header and I apply it. Oh, yeah, I guess I need it on each one. Go ahead and one into each one. So it does do caching, so you should only download it once anyways. I do want it here too, though. I just want it everywhere. Feels messy copying this everywhere, though. Okay, so everything is like absolutely reset. Everything looks like crap. It's ready for us to just do whatever we want now. I do want to be after that. Okay, so header. Header is 20 tall, but it doesn't really know what it's supposed to be. So display block. Now it is 20 tall. Cool. I want these to be side by side, so we're going to say header. If I do that, I probably don't even need that. So display flex direction row, or is it column? Row. These two sections, I want them to go side to side. Oh, is it because it's coming? Yeah, it is. Okay. So actually, I did this in the wrong direction. Import a font in CSS is not recommended. Your width is too much. Yeah. I think I can still import it in CSS. If I use that new thing, so it won't flash, I can control it then. I understand it blocks, but that's what that new thing is for. So that font display thing I was looking at, that allows me to control, even though it's loading through CSS or something, like what it's going to do. I don't know who supports it, because it doesn't even seem to be on MDN. font face, font display. So it's only supported in Chrome, which is the only one I'm doing right now because I'm using web components. So I could technically just change it to font face. Moving on for now though. I want to give this a background. So this is, I was wondering if I can use CSS variables in here. The answer is, it looks like no. That's kind of a shame. So root is this guy. Or host, I mean, background color var dark. Dark. Oh, what did I put that on if it wasn't the header? Where did I put that? Put it on footer, which now I'm looking at. Let's put that on the host. Okay, so that did work. And then I want to give it a color of, I guess, light then. And a padding of 1 EM. Whoa, 0.5 EM. Okay. And then UL is going to be a font size of 0.75 EM. Rem. Should be using rems. Get in the habit of this. So if I want the LIs to go to the right, I need to say LI text line right. Let's try here, text line right. None of those, okay. Let's delete this. I want these to go to the right. So these LIs are inside this, oh, the UL small. So I actually want this, let's see. What is this display? It is display block. Okay, so I want this section to be larger. So it needs like a flex for 1. Okay. Flex box CSS tricks. There's some property that I want to use to tell it to fill up all the space on the parent. I don't want to use it on the child yet unless I have to. Flex flow. It's like a stretch or something somewhere. Align items. Yeah, but that's on the cross axis. Align content. No. Okay, so I do need to put it on the individual items. So I do want to give it a flex grow of 1, or yeah, I want to give it a flex grow of 1. If it's going to the right, this is the cross axis. Okay. So do you need to say something like header children flex grow of 1? And then I want to say, let's figure out which one I need to do it on. So let's try text align on this. Oh, I need to put on the UL. Okay, so text align right. All right. Okay, let's go on to the header. Let's just put a quick thing in there. Let's put a unsplash in there. It's unfortunate. Oh wow. Oh, there you go. It's unfortunate that nuthatch is not a Corvid. However, well, let's do a crow. These are pretty sweet. Let's do this one. Let's download it. Can I drag this to here? Yes, I love how I can do stuff like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna load this image up into there. Ignacio Giri. So on the header, I want to take that image, I want to give it a source. Oh, it's huge. Okay. What did I do? Oh, that's not the hero. Okay. So now I just want to constrain the size. So we're going to say image width is 100 VW. Didn't seem to do anything because I spelled it wrong. Okay, so I constrained the width of it. Still be responsive. Wrong one. Okay. I did lose the word Corvid Coder. Okay. I wanna center my thing, so that'd be align items. Let's just stretch it and see what happens. Center. Let's take a closer look at that. So I look at the flex box. Oh, how tall is the center? Oh, it's not filling the height. Okay, so height 100%. And now it's filling the height. Now if I change this back to, okay, cool. So height 100%. Okay, so I got this stuff centered now. Okay. We got an image here. That's cool. Okay, so now this is the, let's do the footer real quick. So let's knock this footer out. It's going to be similar to the header. I think I want the same colors even. I'm just gonna copy the styles for this part. So there's the footer down there. Oh wow, that looks like crap. Give it a much smaller font size. Like a quarter of the size. What am I doing really weird here? I still need like a display block. Okay. Let's go to test. Okay, so it's on the bottom now. Truly ignition. What I'm making is there's a set of 159 UI challenges. I'm trying to do each one in about like an hour. So I'm not making anything great. I'm just making a bunch of things really fast to give me more experience. I see the breadth of things I'm making here. Like the sign up sheet I made, the checkout, and the landing page. Where I go through like a short design phase and then go straight into building it with web components and the latest technologies pretty much because it doesn't matter. I'm on number 3. I just figured by the time I get to 159, like even if they're not great because I don't spend too much time in each one, I'll be way better in terms of design and implementation of quick designs. So landing page is what we're on. And also literally making it where I only use the latest technologies has been a lot of fun. Because I don't have to worry about like, does it work in IE? Like these literally don't even work in Firefox, which is a little bit aggravating, but because Firefox doesn't support web components yet, so it just comes up in. Oh, Firefox doesn't support a type module yet, so there's nothing happens because it doesn't know what type module is. I'm using import statements, so I get to use ES6 modules. There's a lot of cool stuff that's happening in the web that I'm excited to get to try out. Okay, so what I want these feature images to do is I need to grab an image real quick, load it, and get them text. Is when you scroll down to it, it fades in and moves upward. Yeah, actually, I think I'm done with the footer here. I actually don't need any of this stuff. Yep. So I'm just going to close that. I'm going to close the hero. I'm going to close the header. Just consider it done because this is the main part I want to focus on now. I need 2 more images, so let's go back to Unsplash. Now let's grab a nuthatch or a couple making out. Download that. Let's throw it into here. And then let's is that chickadee? Yeah, it's a kingfisher. That's an osprey. These aren't. Ooh, I like magpies. Okay. So let's grab those. We're just going to do those as features. So let's do the first one. So feature one. Actually, I'm going to pull this out and do another web component because I've already duplicated a pattern here. So we're going to do import feature from CC feature. I'm about to do some JavaScript and stuff, so I need to pull it out really. So I need to just duplicate features. CC feature, spell it correctly. The feature and features. Okay. The feature, let's split this down so we can see them both. No, this needs to change. This needs to change the feature. I guess I don't need to import it. I just need to side effect it. So I just need to have CC feature available to me. So CC feature, we'll work on the API in a second here. We're just gonna have two of these. I'm gonna copy that out into here. Now we're gonna delete all of this. This is what a feature looks like. It's an article, has an image, and has a P. I'm gonna do some CSS stuff now. Template.innerHTML. VZC. Okay. Okay, so we have a list of features. Let's copy this one more time. And then we have a feature. So we're going to do this twice, one for each image and for text. We need to figure that out. Probably use slots. I don't really want to use slots. For some reason, I just don't quite like them yet. Actually, it seems like I broke everything. CC feature is not a thing. Yeah, that's true. Error aborted. Fresh? Oh, I'm trying to do it inside of itself. Yeah, it's a good thing you're aborted. That would have been infinite loop of loading. Okay, so here are my features. Nothing changed. However, I do have the benefit of encapsulation now. Okay, so I am indeed repeating this element twice. And actually, I guess I'm just going to the meat of it, and we'll worry about this in a second. So this looks like crap. That's okay. And when we scroll down, we have to fade in. So let's get the image in here. We're just going to do the same image twice. So source equals shadow DOM and custom elements. Yes. Yes, we are using the future. Now, which one was that one? Let's do the nuthatch first. Let's give it a source. Oops. Okay, so that is big as shit. Let's make it smaller. So image width. Let's make it 20 or 20 VW. Bigger than that. 30, 40. Okay. So then I also want to turn this article into, well, let's keep that around. Actually, I do want that in. Article, I'm going to make a flexbox. I seem to flexbox everything. Okay, so I don't quite understand this. I didn't change the height as far as I know. It definitely seems to think that... Oh, even without flexbox, it does that. Let me go to flexbox again and see what happens. No, it's definitely flex. Oh, this flex is controlling the width. Let's make it square. And then we need to not stretch it. So object fit, cover. Okay. Okay, so now let's do the text. So the p tag. What are the colors that I have? I had an accent color, right? Accent and warning. I don't remember what these colors even look like, to be honest. Let's just change one of the text. So it's going to be color, var, accent. Okay, so that looks a lot like this color. I guess the head is blue, just like the... Let's do warning. That's pretty ugly. Let's do the light. Or let's do dark. And let's do a background color on this whole thing of dark. Oh wait, what am I thinking about? Color, dark, light. Didn't do it anyways though. Or maybe it did actually. I really don't think so. Does the host have any dimensions? The host would be CC, it doesn't. CC feature. Yeah, it does. Or does it? I'm really confused why it doesn't highlight anything. So if I gave that a display block. Okay, so it does need to be display block for it to work. Not pleased with the colors, I'm not gonna think too much about it. Display block. Okay. I want to flip this one. So if it's flipped, I want to reverse the order of it. Let's see if I can do that real fast here. I'm just going to add a flipped. And then in the constructor, I'm going to say if this dot has attribute flipped. And then we're going to set the CSS on article of reverse or whatever. So then this dot shadow root dot query selector article dot CSS. Actually, I don't know if I can do CSS this way. I think it's styles, but we'll try it first. You guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I want to set, I'll set something I know first. Let's do background color red. Let's quote all that. By quote, I mean template literal, I guess. No, okay, so unexpected template string. How does it even know? Also, okay, maybe I just might, oh, I can't do template literals in my keys. Okay, so preselect.css is not a function. Okay, so styles. Styles. Okay. Styles is an object, so I know this is probably just patently false. So I said 0.style dot flex or display equals inline. What am I modifying anyways? Modifying that. Let's do background color. Oops. or just color. Okay, so it looks more like this. So I'm going to do dot style dot I need to figure out how to flip. I need to fix this and then figure out how to flip the order. I know you can do reverse order with Flexbox. Flex direction. It is flex direction. So it's going to be dot style dot flex direction equals row reverse. Alright, look at that. Okay, so I can put a flipped attribute on it, and now it will go the opposite direction. If I don't want it to be flipped, I can remove the flipped attribute here. There we go. That's pretty cool. Web components never cease to amaze me sometimes. Okay, so I got a flipped one. Now I want to do the rest of my JavaScript here. So when I scroll down, so I start at the top here. When I scroll down, they're not shown, but then they fade in and kind of pan down a little bit. So I'm going to start the opacity at 0. I'm going to start the transform at, let's say, up to VWs or something. So translate Y to VW. And actually, I want to see what I'm doing, so here the compass. Oh, that's down. Down might not be so bad. Let's try down. Let's try down with 4. Let's make it kind of drastic at first. Oh, what if it goes in from the left and from the right? I think that's too much motion. Okay, and then I want to do a transition. Let's do 0.5 seconds, ease, all, or sorry, transform. Am I putting it in the wrong spot? Oh man, you're like psyching me out. Making it gray like that. And then I want to do a transform 0.5 seconds opacity. Put on a new line. Actually, feel like this comma might be messing it up. Let's see. So, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use an intersection observer. I think it's called. And then when it's not called an intersection observer or something like that. When that observer notices that my element is on screen, I'm going to set the opacity to 1, which is, you can see it. I'm going to set the transform to none, or translate Y to 0, which is going to move this back up to its spot. So I'm just going to search intersection observer. Maybe that is what it's called. That is what it's called. Okay. And let me make sure Chrome can support it, because that's all I'm doing right now. So Chrome and Firefox can do it. And let's look at some sample code. Let's look at the first one it gives us. Okay, so it creates an intersection observer. You can do that. I would prefer not to use options if I had the choice. Or, I mean, var const. This isn't going to be var observer. Oh yeah, why not? It can be var observer. And then you say that observe target. Root is going to be this dot, well, just this. I don't need to mess with anything really. Once you have created the observer, you need to give it a target element to watch. Okay. The element that is used as the viewport for checking visibility of the target must be the ancestor of the target. Defaults to the browser viewport if not specified, or actually I'm not going to specify. Root margin threshold. I guess I do need to do it this way. This seems Weird. So I give it the callback before I give it the element. Observer.observe. Okay, so I guess I need a callback. So observed, or I'll say show. Show is going to be a method that says this dot shadow root. Okay, I'm also going to change that. So this dot article. Oh, I'll say L. This dot shadow root dot query selector article. So now it's going to be article, or this dot L. So that cleaned that up a little bit. And this is going to be this dot L. This needs to be wrapped in this, otherwise we'll lose our binding. This dot show. And then we're going to say this dot observer dot observe this dot L. So this dot L dot style dot transform equals translate y of 0. Semicolon. Okay, let's see what happened. Nothing. Nothing happened. Console.log show. Oh, well, I don't know why I showed 3 times, but oh, now you don't. Oh, I have to do a set timeout, don't I? I have to do some bullshit. This is real bullshit, though. It still thinks I'm showing him. Oh, every time I see him, it does it. Oh, and then I need to unobserve. I'm assuming there's an unobserve. Where are the methods? This is like some guide instead of like the docs. I guess this is what I want. Okay, so there's properties, there's this stuff, there's that. Methods, disconnect, observe, take records, unobserve. Tells the thing to stop observing. Okay, so after I observe it, oh boy. So do you need to save onto it? This dot observer dot unobserve this dot L. So now I should only be able to observe it once, so I'm missing something big here. Because it's not visible, but it says it is. Stops the object from observing any target, returns an array, tells it to stop watching a particular target. I wonder if it'd be better to pull this out. Oh, I can't because the callback is the same. Okay. Why do you think you're being shown? Let's check out observe. No. I need to check out. If no value is passed to the constructor or this is null, the top level documents viewport is used. That's what I want. An offset rectangle applied to the root's bounding box when calculating intersections, effectively shrinking or growing the root of the calculation purpose. The value returned by this property may not be the same as the one specified when calling the constructor, as it may be changed to. Oh boy. Each offset can be expressed in pixels or as percentages. I don't Really, the default is no offset. A list of thresholds stored in increasing numeric order, where each threshold is a ratio of the intersection area to bounding box area. I mean, the defaults sound fine to me. No, you're not shown. Stop acting like you are. Is this the L not what I think it is? No, it's exactly what I think it is. Way off screen. Oh, I need to do some things to check to make sure it is intersecting. Okay, I need to go back to that example. Handle intersection. Oh, I need to do a thing. Maybe. Ratio. Because it's off screen, I can't tell if it's doing anything or not. So looks like I just need to go into this callback and look at the stuff it's sending me. So it is sending me a callee entries and observer. Okay, so I'm not allowed to look at them. Cool. So let's put in entries and threshold. That's what it was. Observer. So we look at entries. Undefined, great. And then observer. Oh, I'm not passing them in. Okay, I'm actually getting stuff now. So entries looks like, okay, so the intersecting rect is really small. Okay, so let's actually look at entries of 0 dot intersection ratio, that sounds good. So if it's more than 0, I'm assuming we're intersecting. So it's 0. Oh, I'm observing. Let's stop unobserving for now. So they're numbers, they're 0. They're numbers, 0, 0. Okay, so yeah, I do need to do that. So change this console log to an if entries dot intersection ratio is greater than 0, we're intersecting. Well, actually, let's say if it is 0, we're going to just return. Get rid of this stuff, we don't need that information. Okay. So don't need that information. So if it is not intersecting, return. Otherwise, we're going to say it's shown. We're going to console log the element, and we're going to start unobserving, and we're going to transform, and we're going to set the opacity. And it's going to happen over 5 seconds. I want to make sure I see it. Scroll down. That was ugly. Actually, like, jumps into view. Do I want to? Do I have to do something stupid? Okay. Oh, I need to make sure I'm doing transition correctly. These grayed out things make me think that, oh, this is definitely wrong. I want to see a double one. So it goes property, time, comma, property, time, comma, property, time, comma. Is ease the default one? What is the default transition, not delay, timing function? Ease. Okay, so I don't need to specify ease at all. So we're going to transform an opacity. Hey, they're not moving up though. Is there something special about transform? Translate y. Translate y. If I translate to like -4 VW or something weird. Okay, let's try it out. You're not gonna let me do it that way. Transform is none. It's weird. You're clearly shifted down. You go over here. I mean, there's a transform. So I'm missing something about how to set transform using JavaScript. Set element transform using JavaScript. Okay. Oh, wait, no. Whatever, I'm just gonna rotate it. Rotate like 60 degrees or something stupid. Nice, don't want to do it, huh? When I set the style, does it go on the element? I guess it would, wouldn't it? Yeah, it does. So opacity went in there. Oh. Oh, this is... I changed the order of this. Okay, that wasn't it. Okay, let's make it strings. Let's see if... And then I'm gonna get rid of the semicolon. Ah, okay. I bring the tempo rules back. Let's make it do what I actually want. Trans late y 0. Okay, so now 5 seconds is ridiculous, so we're gonna say time or delay is 0.5 seconds. Okay, So we're like looking at my website. It says Corvid Coder. There's like a home and features. You can't even click on them. That's okay. Scroll down. There's like a crow, and then oh, look at that. I think I want the threshold actually to be higher. I see why they actually have that now. Let's say when we're like looking at 25% of it. We're gonna scroll down. There's that one. Oh, that one came in too. Too soon. You guys can't just come in immediately. Wait. I never fixed that. Oh, is equal to. My bad. It's less than. So I clearly don't understand what the ratio does. Also, I need to fix this. So, image going too wide. Oh, I need that in the options, don't I? I've learned so much. Let's see here. Threshold. So threshold, either a single number or an array of numbers which indicate what percentage of the target's visibility the observer's collect should be executed. Okay, so I don't want to set this here. I want that to stay as 0. Then I want to change the threshold, which is passed in here. Is it 2 H's for threshold? No. 0.25. So they show up now. Pull down. Get some. Okay, cool. So now let's try 0.5. Cool. Cool. I did like 1.0. Like the whole thing needs to be visible. That didn't work. We're going to do 0.75. I kind of like that. Scroll down. Boom. Boom. Cool. Now let's fix this. Why does this guy think he can be so wide? Probably because I said 100 VW. There we go. So hero changed to 100%. And there we go. We have our site. We have these cool little poppin' guys. Let's change one of the features to the other image real quick. I didn't set up the API, so F it. I've already spent an hour on this. If I wanted to, though, I'd have to have some sort of interface to pass images from here to here. But I didn't do that, so oh well. Cool. That concludes today. So I'm going to sign off soon. Or actually, no. We're going to do a Q&A section. So if anyone wants to ask any questions, you can ask them here, and then I can talk about that. So feel free to ask any questions that you want. I'm going to commit this to Git while I'm waiting for questions. Cool. Oh, and push. One thing that I really like about using only standards, such as web components and shadow root and all that stuff, is that I don't have to have any build. There's literally no build step going on here. I'm just refreshing over here. I don't have to refresh because I'm using Light Server, so it automatically refreshes for me. So browser sync is the only thing I'm using here in my build step. I really, really like that. Just one less thing to go wrong, one less thing to have to download. No npm needed, no node needed, just Chrome. I still get a lot of cool features. There's so many cool things in the platform coming to a browser near you. I want to go to this. Any other console logs? No. To amend it. No, do force push. Yeah. So you can find, if you go to the Patreon page, patreon.com/DannyFritz, you can find a link to the GitHub page, and you can find all the code for this in here. UI Design Challenge, Landing 3. So here's all the stuff that we wrote today. I'm fairly pleased with what we did in the hour. We made something that's a pretty cool feature. The site looks okay, I guess. Looks good for an hour, I guess. With that, I'll wait just a little bit longer. All right, cool. Thanks for watching. If you are watching this outside the normal stream time and you want to ask a question, feel free to leave a comment on my YouTube videos or in the Discuss tab on my YouTube channel. I will try to, as those come in, answer those either through another comment or on the next video. Yeah. That concludes today. It was fun.